All right, guys, welcome back to another video. And then today, we're going to go over all of my cinebench testing that I did on the new 13th gen 13700K CPU. I have a lot of different results from different forms of testing, so I'm going to just go ahead and share those with you right now. So I'll say before I start, I already had posted a video of my 13700K and a baseline video with a standard AIOC overclock, and then I just left that overclock how it is, and pretty much did just a baseline cinebench test in a very small room. I converted a giant closet into a gaming room. I shut the door. I made very little minimum airflow, and I just wanted to get a worst case scenario benchmark run. Now, inevitably, there's always someone or two people that will say, "Hey, man, that seems really low. My 13900K that I benchmarked outside when it was 35 degrees scored way higher. Something's wrong with the computer." There's always going to be some idiot that says something like that. So that's just something. Those are the guys we just have to weed out. I can post on the title on that video baseline, and people just don't read, or they just pretty much it just comes down to people just don't read or don't understand what I'm doing. So this whole video, everything's included from the baseline all the way to my final score, and they'll finish it off with my times by score as well. So with all that being said, let's get into it. So the first one is we're going to go over the baseline. So right here, this is the baseline. All right, 30,652. Once again, this was the AIOC overclock in the BIOS on the Asus Z690 Strix, Z690i Strix motherboard. So, like I said, yeah, baseline. This was done pretty much in the worst conditions you can pretty much do. I just wanted to see like a worst case scenario in case someone else is in a very warm environment where they don't have cooler air, cooler ambient temperatures. So yeah, so this was done there. So yeah, so 30,652, but we have a lot of improvement. And as we go to the end of this video, you'll see as I move my computer to a much cooler spot of the house with some cooler air, with the AC on, it makes a big difference. Okay, so here is, so this is, I moved my PC upstairs. I set up a fan. I turned the AC on to about 60 degrees, and we did a stock run, no overclock, nothing, and we scored 30,493. So very similar to the overclocked in a heat environment. So that tells you that the heat plays a huge role in performance. Heat is the enemy of performance. Whether you're overclocking on a computer or on my Mustang, like I said, heat is just the enemy of performance. So very close there, and it makes a huge difference. Bring it into a much cooler, getting a lot cooler air from the ambient temperatures. All right, so 30,493. So pretty good for a stock with, the average person will get this score if they're got a window open in a cool environment. And yeah, so the third one is we took the basically added AIOC overclock in a cool room. So that the last Cinebench score I just showed you, all we did was enable overclocking, and that's it. The AIOC and the BIOS. So we were able to score a 31,197, and there's still going to be room for improvement as well. So that was a good starting point there. So next up, we increased the intensity of the overclock on right here. So this is my final score, 32,129. So we increased intensity in the BIOS, and then we added a little bit more frequency to the P cores. I think we got 40. Have to check. We'll check on the last one here. So, yep. Okay, so um, this is kind of misleading here. So this is everything that it can boost up to. This we didn't get to uh, 5800 megahertz all core here, not in Cinebench. So these are all that what it like pretty much boosted up to. So um, we ran a 5.5 gigahertz all core, and the e cores were about 4500 megahertz. So this is all just boosted numbers here. But as you can see, you can look at our temperatures. We're in pretty cool weather here up there with the AC. AC makes a huge difference. And then you add a fan to it, blowing right into the radiator. So keep in mind this is a 280 millimeter AIO. We could make more improvements on a 360, more surface area, and we could pull more heat from the IHS. But yeah, so our max temps in the AC with the full overclock, 85 on the package. Uh, max on the P cores was 83, and you can see these are all pretty. Our second core here, P1, pretty a little bit colder than the others, but pretty much the same. And then our E cores much cooler as well. And then 263 watts. Not too bad. I've pulled about 280 before, but yeah, 263 here. The vid called for 1.528 volts, but the voltage there was around 1.35, 1.36. When there's the AIOC sets an adaptive voltage, so you'll see the voltage on lighter load applications. It will go up to almost 1.5 volts, but the CPU is not doing anything, so it's not going to hurt anything. It's completely fine. And as you load up the CPU, that voltage will come down. So on a full load CPU benchmark like CPU Z or Cinebench, the voltage comes down to about 1.35 to 1.36 and maintains there. All right, so yeah, this overclock's pretty much. I'm actually going to do a video on it. This overclock is absolutely perfect for gaming. I was gaming on this overclock that passed in Cinebench here for 2 to 3 hours on Call of Duty, just doing some testing in the game, and absolutely no problems. Yeah, there's some more work to do, and this the BIOS makes this so easy to overclock. I didn't really have to do too much. Just try on error basically, and I never had to touch voltage. It's automatic, and that's what's great about the Strix motherboards. Yeah, it makes it easy for you. Yep. So 32,129 final score in Cinebench. I think that's pretty good for a 280 millimeter AIO, and I'm on a ITX motherboard too. So little tiny little dinky motherboard. So pretty good there. Very happy with that. Um, a massive increase in performance, noticeable increase, very noticeable increase in performance between the 12700K and the 13700K, especially in video editing and rendering. Video editing is monumentally faster in every way. It's just so much better. Um, it helps a lot. I'm very happy with 13700K. What awesome CPU. And all right, guys, let's finish this off for the last my Time Spy score because everyone cares about that. 23,604. All right, we are running this. We are actually able to crank up higher than what passes on Cinebench. This CPU test on here is not as harsh. So, I know you can't see it, this is just a screenshot, but 72C max temp on the CPU at 5600 megahertz on the CPU, all core. So yeah, 23,604. This was done in upstairs, the fans, the AC on. This is what I was able to get. So I'm very happy with that. yeah, so that's gonna do it, guys, for today's video. Hopefully, you guys can get an idea looking at my different benchmark tests on Cinebench between stock, one-click overclocking, custom overclocking, and then what you can expect um, in a very warm environment, worst case scenario score as well. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.